All right, Cristy Code Red, author, entrepreneur, retired professional boxer. And in this video, we're going to talk about 3 reasons keeping the weight off seems so hard. Because in this country, we don't have a weight gain problem. We have a weight regain problem. You can lose weight doing just about anything. You can count points. You can count calories. You can drink lemon water and eat cabbage soup. There are tons of ways to get that weight off. We are actually struggling with keeping the weight off, not losing the weight. On the Code Red Lifestyle, we have a maintenance program where we actually teach you how to keep the weight off. I also talk about it in my book, The Code Red Revolution. I've hosted live workshops about how to keep the weight off. How to keep the weight off isn't a big mystery to me anymore, or my clients who are in maintenance. But if you've ever done Code Red, or you did it but you quit, you might still believe that maintenance is really hard and a huge mystery. And here are 3 reasons why that is. All right, reason number 1, the diet mentality. The diet mentality has you convinced that you can make a temporary change to lose the weight and then just go right back to doing what you were doing that got you sick and fat in the first place and still keep your weight off. It makes 0 sense to me. But the diet industry has you brainwashed into thinking that you can temporarily take a pill or temporarily change how you eat and it'll solve all your problems. What they never talk about is when you stop doing what you are doing to get the weight off, it's going to pack the weight back on because they don't want you to know. They want you to regain your weight, so you'll buy more pills and buy more shakes and buy more diet foods. Makes sense, yeah? Number 2, old habits die hard. Our brains were wired to form habits, to repeat patterns. And most people, without even realizing it, repeat toxic and unhealthy patterns that they then struggle to get rid of. A pattern of eating crap and eating too much of it is a perfect example. The more you do it, the more you cement that pattern. And even when you start doing things differently, that old pattern, believe me, is still there, trying to pull you back in. You can break patterns and habits and replace them with new ones, but not as easy as just snapping your fingers. You've got to repeat the new ones so they'll stick, just like you had to repeat the old ones to make them stick. If you're in a pattern of losing weight and gaining it back, then you've got to lose the weight and get into a pattern of keeping it off. All right, reason number 3, you don't want to have to change. Most people hate change, especially if there's any kind of discomfort whatsoever. They want the easy button, the quick fix, the fast and the effective route. And hey, everything doesn't have to be complicated and difficult to work. But when you start refusing to do anything unless it's easy or takes 0 effort, you're depriving yourself of the results that you say that you want. Keeping the weight off requires you do things differently. Not everything necessarily, but certain things, yeah. Keeping your weight off is never going to happen if you go back to your old ways. Now, if you're curious about how to keep your weight off or even how to get the weight off in the first place on Code Red, you can always pick up a copy of my book, The Code Red Revolution, at coderedrevolution.com. As you'll see when you read the chapter on maintenance, keeping the weight off, it's just not complicated. Really, the only things that makes it seem hard and complicated is what's going on between your ears. Get the book, read it, including the chapter on maintenance. And if you like what you read, give it a shot. Check that out at coderedrevolution.com. I'll see you on the next video.